would like to ask you why a choice so unusual, if you will, at least in the utilities panorama, to go and look for a CRM into the cloud, a software as a service solution. Why that type of decision?
But we decided in a very little time because I remember we had, I think, two reasons why we chose the Salesforce. First of all, we was a startup, a small startup in a new market. Second, we didn't have time, only 4 months. And the third reason was we didn't like to realize a big project, a capital-intensive project. I think I remember this was the reason, and the project went very fine.
And Marco, you had a slightly different starting point, but not so different in its nature. I will not ask you why, but I will ask you how you make it a success. Are you convinced also internally the people to go into a cloud type of approach, and the major lesson learned during the project, which was very quick, if I recall well?
Well, I will tell you 2 lessons learned. The first has been to avoid the big project, but to deliver this system with 5 steps, just thinking big at the beginning, starting very small and scaling very fast. This was creating a success from the first release that was driving all the others. And the second, we used the CRM in a multi-channel approach. So every one of these important projects was enabling a channel, a different like call center, franchisee, and then the web, and then Salesforce. That was creating a very, very fast speed to expand that system.
And which was the reaction from the business? I mean, when you go to them and say, we will deliver you a project in 4 months with basically all the functionality that you need, at least to start, which was the reaction? Did they believe you?
It was very easy, because the business said, decide you. We take all the responsibility for the choice to say so software on demand. It was very easy, but because the important was we need the CRM on time.
Yeah. And we promised that.
We promised that, yes.
I think that in a
not alone.
In a startup context, what is driving is the business, is the market. So it was a requirement from the business to do that in just 4 months. So that was not the reaction, that was a requirement of the business, and the only way to deliver that was also choose like that.
Yeah, sometimes when you are discussing about implementation of solution, it doesn't matter which is the solution, the discussion is always around, oh my gosh, the business will not accept such a long project. We are talking about year or several decades of months. And in this case, 4 months for both projects for the first release, which is quite impressive. So now let me ask, Lorenzo, how you did it? Because I'm sure worked very well with their team, but you are supporting them in really making it happen.
So we started with a very rich set of functionalities that are the basics of the CRM of Salesforce. That has been the first step. The second has been a very clear definition of the requirements. So we didn't spend too much time in redefining the objectives. And number 3 has been the very strong development capabilities of the API and Force.com environment. And the speed of implementation is becoming faster and faster because the functionalities of Salesforce are going to be enriched every 4 months while every new release arrives. And all the new SaaS, software as a service, like Marketo, for example, are becoming still more self-sufficient for the specific functional department, and the integration with the DAT will only be a matter of hours.
So what we have to expect for the future? Installation that are,
we expect
executing in hours, millisecond, like the smart grids?
We will move certainly from months to weeks. That is our expectations. And then we also need to broaden our capability to train people not only on the technicality but on the processes. So we have a challenge to remain good in the basics of the IT jobs and become a little bit more proactive towards the demand management, the functionalities, and the integration and the management of the activity. And this is the request that comes from Beppe and Marco as well.
So again, thank you very much for your precious presentation today, and I wish you all the success, commercial success and IT success, I would say. And I'm waiting for you to see implementation in hours or
In
weeks, days. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.